The closest person that guessed it was Death Shock. That should do it. So if we click enter, yep. So see, now we have everything filtered out. Let me just make sure we did pick up Fit Sitter for. Yep, we did. So at this point, we have all the dividends for us. What's up, everybody? This is Investing Sensei here to bring you episode 4 of the monthly dividend challenge. So we need to figure out how much we made for the month of March now. And one real quick before we actually do that, I want to know if you guys can leave your guesses in the comments below on how much you guys think we'll be making for the month of April. And we'll come back May and figure out who was the closest. So real quick, for the month of April, that's actually the first month of the second quarter for us. So January, that was our first month for the first quarter, which we made $97. And actually here, Disney paid us. So Disney paid us about like $50. So Disney only pays semi-annual. So in April, we should see a lot less than $97. What do you guys think that we'll be making? If we go over here to October from the last year, we made about $40. It'll be greater than $40, but a lot less than $97 because of Disney not paying us this coming month. What do you guys think that we'll be making? Leave your guesses, and then we'll come back in May again to check. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So I have the activities pulled up, and here's all the dividends. So I have the range filtered out by March 1st all the way to March 31st, and then over here I have it filtered out by only dividends. So typically, what I'll do is I'll pull up the calculator, and then we'll add these up manually. So one thing that I've been doing in my free time, I've been trying to learn a lot more about Google Sheets, and I've been trying to improve my skill set on that. And so I want to try something different, and you guys let me know. If you guys don't like it, we can come back the next month and we'll add it up with the calculator. But basically what I've been learning about M1 is that they use Apex Clearing as their clearing firm. And so actually, let me pull up the website. Here's the information about Apex. So basically it's M1's clearing firm, and that's basically where your securities are held at. And so one thing about this is that you can actually export the information from your account out to, a file. And so they actually have the website here. And let me open it up real quick. So here's the website, and this is apexclearing.com. And if you go over here to kind of like the sign in, you'll have to create a user, and then you can log in. I'll log in with my credentials, and then you'll basically put your account number on there, and then you have options to like export your activities and like your positions that you have into your account and some other stuff. It'll export it as a CSV file. And if you guys want me to walk you guys through it, I can also make a tutorial. Just let me know. And yeah, let me actually pull up the CSV file that I've actually pulled out today. I actually exported it. So let me show you that. So this is the export file here that I have. And basically you could kind of open it up with a text file. So you guys can see that. It's basically just a lot of strings with like commas. You can grab this file, the content of it, and import it into your Google Sheet. And actually, we'll do that real quick. So I'm going to pull up a blank, empty Google Sheet for us. Okay, guys, so I basically just grabbed one of my old Google Sheets, and it's called Database Tables, and I just named it Activities as the sheet itself. But once you copy that information from the CSV file, you just do a Control-All, copy this, and you're just going to paste it at the very top. So paste, and then you'll see all this information. So right now, while it's still highlighted, you want to go to, I think, data, and then you click split text to columns. Click on that. And so now you'll see that it's got all this information like type, trade date, blah, blah, blah. Over here, there's the description. So these are your columns. And if we go over to the right, you'll see like net amount. And like some of these are dividends. Some of these are like deposits that I did. But I'm going to pull up an empty sheet here, and we're going to try to actually use this thing that I've been learning about Google Sheets is you can use queries in there, and we'll basically filter out everything that was between March 1st and March 31st. And we're only going to filter out on dividends. So one thing about this is that what I've noticed with the descriptions here is that anything that has cash dividend is your actual dividend. Anything else is more of like a deposit or a trade or anything you bought. So one other thing here that I do want to point out, real quick is that I do have Sitter Fair, which is right here, and that's a limited partnership. So one thing, it doesn't show dividend on there, so we'll have to filter out by that one too, so we can grab that information. So I'm gonna pull up a empty sheet, which I already have out here, and we can start anywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. So real quick, what we're gonna start here is anytime that you want to do like a function in Google Sheet, you want to start off with the equal sign, and that's what we'll end up doing. So you start off with equal, and then for us, we want to use queries because all that information we had that we just imported, we want to filter it out because it's got so much information that we don't care about right now, and we'd only care about the dividends. So you start off with equals, and you type in query, you can tab, and then from here you can either type, the range that you care about, but for me it's a lot easier if you just go to the tab that you care about here and then just highlight the information here for us. I don't really want to highlight everything, so I can just go here and actually range it. So actually, if you do A starting from there, and we care about J, which should be everything for us over there, which includes the dividends, the net amount for us. So at this point we have basically just a copy from the activities, right? So here now we want to basically start filtering out stuff. So this is where the select from querying comes in. So you type in select, and then you want to say which columns you care about, right? So for us, we care about column C, which would be this one, and then column E, which is the symbols, and then column F, which is the description, which is what we're basically going to be matching on, and then column J, which is the amount, which is going to include our dividends for us. So we're going to do select, so C, E, F, J, and then from here we're going to start filtering out, right? Because it's got all these different dates. We want to filter out by a certain range. So we want to do March 1st and March 31st. So from here we do where C, meaning that date is greater than or equal to, and then the date. And the way that it actually expects it is in a year, so 2020 dash, and then your month. So for us is 03 for March, and then the date. So for us is the 1st, and then you close it, and then that's our beginning month. So the other thing is we want to do the end date. So we do C less than or equal to date, and then your date. So 2020 dash 03, and then 31st, and then you close it. So at that point, that's our range, right? So it's going to grab all that information just within those dates. But we also want to match on that description, right? We just want to get those dividends. So we want to say and match, basically use F, which is our description, and do some matching on it. And this is basically kind of like a regular expression, which just goes through the string and tries to match the stuff criteria you gave it. So we want to say like, hey, if in the description, grab everything and just make sure that it has dev in it. And then from there, that's our first one. So that'll grab all the dividends for us. But remember, we have Sitter Fair, which is not going to have the div in the description. So we want to do an or if it has partnership. And then from there, you want to grab everything around it. And it also needs to have this in it. And then you can close it. And then that should do that. That should do it. So if we click enter, yep. So see, now we have everything filtered out. Let me just make sure we did pick up Sitter Fair. Yep, we did. So at this point, we have all the dividends for us. And then, what we care about is the sum of it, right? So I'm just actually going to copy this query command, and I'll put it somewhere over here. We're just going to paste it. So now, instead of us caring about all these columns, we want to actually get the sum of J, right? Because it has all these dividends. And all you do is type in sum J, and then you close it. And look, now it told us the amount that we made for the month of March. So we made $222.62. Isn't that really cool, guys? So I learned that Google Sheets has so much tooling. There's also something called Google App Scripting, which I've actually been doing a lot. And I'm actually going to show you guys something in the next video when we do the weekly update. And yeah, guys, we made $222. So we're going to go over, let me pull up the Google Sheet so we can add that to our month. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and finally add this to our Google Sheet and see how much we actually made for 2020 Q1. So right now we're at 276. Let's see how much of a difference it makes. So we're trying to aim for $450, right? Because that means we were making at $150 per month if we were to divide it by 3. So 22.62. So click enter. Alright guys, so March $222.62, and then for 2020 Q1 we made almost $500, guys. But remember, this month, remember that January it included the payment from Disney, which only is paid out twice a year, so it's really minus $50 because I want to make it average of per month $150. So we actually, if we subtract the $50, we're at $450. So we actually met our goal already for 2020. So we're going to try to hit 200 because all these volatility in the stock market, all these stocks are actually being a lot cheaper, and we're going to continue to add more. Hopefully we can get to $200 a month on average. That would be awesome. And for to look at this for 2020, we're at $500, which is really cool. And yeah, guys, let me go over to the episode 3 and look at the comments to see who was the closest. So whoever guessed close to $222, man, they were on point. So I'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, so the closest person that guessed it was Death Shock. So that's really cool. He guessed $225 in total. So awesome, man. You should actually go play the lottery. You should probably win it. But I'm just kidding. Don't do that, because that's not that's throwing your money away, because there's the possibility of you winning is so small. You might as well invest it right now that the market's doing very poorly, because long term you're going to be seeing those gains. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your guesses for this coming month of April, how much we'll be guessing. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video of the weekly portfolio update. So take care. See you guys next time. Bye.